Welcome to the Transitions Daily podcast. Transitions Daily is an online recovery group that offers a daily distribution of popular recovery resources accompanied by a secret Facebook group for discussion. We hope you enjoy today's readings.
This is Transitions Daily for October 16th, read by Cindy L. from Fort Worth, Texas. AA Thoughts for the Day. Great Reality. Deep down in every man, woman, and child is the fundamental idea of God. It may be obscured by calamity, by pomp, by worship of other things, but in some form or other it is there. For faith in a power greater than ourselves, and miraculous demonstrations of that power in human lives, are facts as old as man himself. We finally saw that faith in some kind of God was a part of our makeup, just as much as the feeling we have for a friend. Sometimes we had to search fearlessly, but he was there. He was as much a fact as we were. We found the great reality deep down within us. In the last analysis, it is only there that he may be found. It was so with us. Alcoholics Anonymous, page 55. Thought to consider. God seldom becomes a reality until God becomes a necessity. Acronyms. Program. People relying on God relay a message. Just for today. Services from AA's Legacy of Service. Our 12th step, carrying the message, is the basic service that the AA Fellowship gives. This is our principal aim and the main reason for our existence. Therefore, AA is more than a set of principles. It is a society of alcoholics in action. We must carry the message, else we ourselves can wither and those who haven't been given the truth may die. Hence, an AA service is anything, whatever, that helps us to reach a fellow sufferer, ranging all the way from the 12th step itself to a 10-cent phone call and a cup of coffee, and to AA's General Service Office for national and international action. The sum total of all these services is our third legacy of service. Services include meeting places, hospital cooperation, and intergroup offices. They mean pamphlets, books, and good publicity of almost every description. They call for committees, delegates, trustees, and conferences. And not to be forgotten, they need voluntary money contributions from within the fellowship. Bill W., 1951, AA Service Manual, page 51. Daily Reflections. Throughout each day. This is not an overnight matter. It should continue for our lifetime. Alcoholics Anonymous, page 84. During my early years in AA, I saw step 10 as a suggestion that I periodically look at my behavior and reactions. If there is something wrong, I should admit it. If an apology was necessary, I should give one. After a few years of sobriety, I felt I should undertake a self-examination more frequently. Not until several more years of sobriety had elapsed did I realize the full meaning of step 10 and the word continued. Continued does not mean occasionally or frequently. It means throughout each day. As Bill sees it, when conflicts mount, sometimes I would be forced to look at situations where I was doing badly. Right away, the search for excuses would become frantic. These, I would exclaim, are really a good man's faults. When that pet gadget broke apart, I would think, well, if those people would only treat me right, I wouldn't have to behave the way I do. Next was this. God well knows that I do have awful compulsions. I just can't get over this one, so he will have to release me. At last came the time when I would shout, this I positively will not do. I won't even try. Of course, my conflicts went right on mounting because I was simply loaded with excuses, refusals, and outright rebellion. In self-appraisal, what comes to us alone may be garbled by our own rationalization and wishful thinking. The benefit of talking to another person is that we can get his direct comment and counsel on our situation. Grapevine, June 1961, 12 and 12, page 60. Big Book quote. We feel that elimination of our drinking is but a beginning. A much more important demonstration of our principles lies before us in our respective homes, occupations, and affairs. Alcoholics Anonymous, There is a Solution, page 19. 24 hours a day. AA Thought for the Day. How seriously do I take my obligations to AA? Have I taken all the good I can get out of it and then let my obligations slide? Or do I constantly feel a deep sense of loyalty to the whole AA movement? Am I not only grateful, but also proud to be a part of such a wonderful fellowship, which is doing such marvelous work among alcoholics? Am I glad to be a part of the great work that AA is doing? And do I feel a deep obligation to carry on that work at every opportunity? Do I feel that I owe AA my loyalty and devotion? Meditation for the day. If your heart is right, your world will be right. The beginning of all reform must be in yourself. It's not what happens to you, it's how you take it. However restricted your circumstances, however little you may be able to remedy financial affairs, you can always turn to your inward self and, seeing something not in order there, seek to right it. And as all reform is from within outward, you will always find that the outward is improved as the inward is improved. As you improve yourself, your outward circumstances will change for the better. The power released from within yourself will change your outward life. Prayer for the day. I pray that the hidden power within me may be released. I pray that I may not imprison the spirit that is within me. Hazelden Foundation, P.O. Box 176, Center City, Minnesota 55012. I am Cindy, and I am an alcoholic.
We hope you enjoyed today's readings. You can also receive Transitions Daily via email and discuss today's readings in our secret Facebook group. So for more information, go to dailyaaemails.com today.
Other than the 24 hours a day reading, unless otherwise specified, all quotes copyright Alcoholics Anonymous World Services, Inc., 1952, 1957, 1967, 1973, 1975, 1976, 1980, 1981, 1984, 1985, 1988, 1990, or 2001.